Imagine being slowly lowered into absolute darkness, where the pressure can crush steel into a pancake. The water around you becomes dense, cold, and incredibly alien to any living creature. Nearly 11 miles of ocean pressed down from above, cutting you off from the familiar world forever. Will anyone survive at the deepest point of the planet if they descend to the bottom of the Mariana Trench? Welcome to a terrifying journey to the very bottom of the silent abyss. We are used to thinking we know absolutely everything about our planet, but the ocean holds the most terrifying secrets. The Mariana Trench is a scar on the body of Earth, plunging into the deepest underworld. Its depth is so colossal that Mount Everest could easily fit inside it, with a 2-kilometer layer of water still left on top. You begin your long descent in a capsule that groans under the monstrous pressure. Every second, an invisible monster grows outside, eager to tear the metal apart. At a depth of 100 meters, the last sunlight disappears, plunging everything into absolute night. The darkness here is special, thick and sticky, dissolving any hopes of rescue. At a depth of 1 kilometer, the water temperature drops close to 0 degrees, causing the metal to contract. Creatures created by evolution in a total nightmare inhabit this place. Giant squid, blind fish with huge teeth, and monsters that glow in the dark. But we go further, deeper, where almost none of the known inhabitants swim. At a depth of 3 kilometers, water pressure begins to exceed 300 atmospheres. This is equivalent to having a heavy elephant stand on your palm. The capsule emits an eerie metallic groan, warning of critical stress. There is no sound around except the rhythmic hum of instruments and the beating of your own heart. At a depth of 5 kilometers, sunlight seems like a forgotten fairy tale from another universe. The eternal realm of cold reigns here, where time seems to halt its course. The ocean floor begins to approach, hiding in a sinister suspension and muddy deposits. You peer through the porthole, trying to make out something in the beam of the spotlight. The spotlight cuts through the dense darkness, snatching strange silhouettes on the bottom. And now they reach the Challenger Deep, the deepest point of the world ocean, 11,000 meters deep. The final point of our route. Pressure here reaches 1,000 atmospheres, like pressing a ton of weight onto every square centimeter of the body. If you stepped outside without protection, your body would be compressed into a point in a microsecond. The water at the bottom of the trench, due to pressure, has properties resembling a dense gel. But even in this hell, life exists, defying the laws of physics. Strange, colorless organisms and giant amoebas crawl through the bottom silt. They have no bones and consist of water and special proteins that resist pressure. The closest neighbors of these creatures are thermophilic bacteria near hydrothermal vents. Jets of boiling water saturated with toxic minerals shoot from cracks in the Earth's crust. The water temperature there reaches 400 degrees, but it does not boil due to the colossal pressure. Hidden life that does not need the sun boils around these black smokers. They do not need photosynthesis. They feed on the chemical energy of the Earth. You look at this alien landscape through the thick glass of the porthole. The feeling of complete isolation from humanity becomes almost physically palpable. Thousands of kilometers of water column separate you from the nearest dry land. Communication with the surface has long been severed due to the huge layer of refracting water. But even without fiction, real science has prepared many shocking surprises for explorers of the abyss. At a depth of 11 kilometers, scientists discovered traces of human garbage, including plastic bags. Even in the most remote place from humans on Earth, traces of our civilization have already penetrated. Due to colossal pressure, sound travels through water at a speed of about 1.5 kilometers per second. At the bottom of the Challenger Deep, the sounds of ships passing on the ocean surface and whale songs are clearly audible. Oceanographers record strange metallic screeches, the rumble of tectonic plates, and underwater earthquakes there. The water temperature near the bottom is only 1 to 4 degrees Celsius. But near underwater volcanoes, the water temperature can rise to extreme values. These deep-sea mineral sources, known as black smokers, eject streams of superheated liquid. scientists continue to study these geothermal zones to understand the limits of endurance of living organisms. Extremophile bacteria live there through chemosynthesis, using hydrogen sulfide instead of sunlight. In 1960s, Swiss Jacques Picard and American Don Walsh descended to the bottom for the first time in the bathyscaphe Trieste. They saw a flat fish resembling a flounder through the porthole, proving the existence of life at extreme depth. In 2012, filmmaker James Cameron made a solo legendary dive in the Deep-Sea Challenger vehicle. He recorded unique footage of the bottom landscape resembling a desolate alien plain. Automatic vehicles, Kaiko and Nereus explored the trench for years, collecting samples of unique microflora. Some of the bacteria brought to the surface are capable of surviving in laboratory conditions under ultra-high pressure. The study of these organisms helps biologists search for life on the icy moons of Jupiter and Saturn. For example, under the icy crust of Europa or Enceladus, conditions are very similar to Earth's depths. The ocean covers more than 70% of our planet's surface, yet it is less explored than the Moon. We have studied Mars maps in detail, but most of the seabed remains a blank spot. Every new deep-sea dive brings to science animal species unknown before. Colorless amphipods, giant isopods, and translucent snailfish amaze with their anatomy. These fish have no hard scales, and their bones are soft and flexible so as not to break under the pressure of water. The cells of deep-sea inhabitants are filled with special substances, trimethylamine N-oxide. It is this chemical compound that protects proteins from destruction under a pressure of 1,000 atmospheres. Without this substance, the cells of any terrestrial creature would burst instantly like a balloon. What else do unexplored faults and underwater mountains of the world ocean hide? Perhaps the answers to these questions will change our understanding of how life originates and adapts at all. Ocean research continues every day by scientific expeditions around the world. Asking difficult questions and exploring the real laws of nature is the best way to understand the world. Indeed, real science and the physics of our planet are often stranger than any sci-fi novels. Critical thinking helps distinguish proven scientific facts from beautiful myths. Your mind and thirst for knowledge are the main tools for understanding the universe. The secrets of the ocean are gradually being revealed thanks to the persistence of engineers and researchers. Science continues to open doors into areas that previously seemed like an absolute dead end. Humanity has many more amazing and fact-checked discoveries waiting ahead. The thirst for knowledge forces us to build new vehicles and dive deeper and deeper. Every successful step into the unknown expands the technological capabilities of civilization. The world is full of real paradoxes of nature that scientists unravel step by step. Ocean research helps us better understand the climate and ecology of the entire planet. Scientific expeditions combine physics, biology, and engineering for a common goal. The most breakthrough discoveries are often born at the intersection of risky experiments and rigorous calculations. Bathyscaphs return to the surface, delivering laboratory samples and data to the vessel. The obtained figures and analyses are sent to institutes for thorough study. Respect for the forces of the elements comes to everyone who faces the power of the ocean face to face. It is enough to remember how fragile a person seems in front of the water element. The underwater world is truly a complex ecosystem that supports life across the entire planet. Humanity is merely a part of this huge and complex biosphere of Earth. Technology moves forward, opening new horizons for the study of Earth and space. Are you ready to keep following real scientific breakthroughs with us? Time is passing and technological progress continues to broaden society's horizons. Fact analysis and a critical approach form a reliable shield against misinformation. Understanding the real laws of nature gives a person confidence and awareness. We are on the threshold of new discoveries in oceanography and deep-sea technology. Follow new releases to learn proven facts from the world of science. See you in the next educational videos about our amazing planet. Subscribe to the channel. There is still a lot of real science ahead that will broaden your horizons.